Hi, I'm Joseph Diaz, and this I've been into music from a really young age. My grandfather and my father are both great musicians, and the story goes that when I was a child, like 3 years old, they'd be playing guitar, one here and one over there, and I would actually curl up in between them and fall asleep. And I actually have memories of this, and I drew a picture of it, not knowing that it actually happened. And when I showed my parents, they're like, "That's how it was. It was just like that." I am 50% Puerto Rican and 50% Argentine. On my father's side is where I'm Puerto Rican, and that is where most of my musical influence comes from. I was a junior in high school, and I went to Puerto Rico, and when I was there, I learned a lot of Spanish technique of playing, the fingerstyle picking, and I also met a really good artist named Ricky Colon at that time, and at that time I was doing really bad in school and I had no direction for college, and he was telling me about Berklee College of Music, and that really changed my life. I went back home and I started practicing 8 hours a day when I was in 12th grade, and I just wanted to be so good, and that, I guess, Puerto Rican side of me was just like, it was so cool to be there and to identify with my culture, and that played a big part of my music stuff too. So I went to Puerto Rico, I learned a lot of that finger style playing, and that definitely shaped me because I was really heavy into rock roots, and after that I started learning a bit more of the finger style technique, a bit more of the moving bass and of moving parts. And if you listen to my song arrangements, there's a lot of times when the bass is moving and there's a lead and there's also just a rhythm, and that's very Spanish style where the one guitar player is trying to imitate the effect of a full band. And when I heard the musicians in Puerto Rico, I've been back twice since, it definitely pushed me into saying, like, I want to play like this. And not even that I wanted to play Puerto Rican music, but I wanted to take their technique and just bring it into my own music. And all my friends in high school, when they heard my stuff, they literally picked up on it right away. And so it's definitely strengthened me as a musician, being from that and learning from that. I have influences from Streetlight Manifesto, which is a ska band, from like jazz music to Hispanic music. I grew up in the church, so my influence of harmony is really heavily related to what the worship teams, the harmonies they used to do. It's really ingrained in my mind when I think of harmony in its own sense. I love singer-songwriters like Jason Mraz and Jack Johnson. I love Dustin Kensrue, the lead singer of Thrice. It's one of my biggest inspirations. The Beatles, Envy on the Coast, Jesse Pereira, Jeremy Passion Monagno, Brian Keith, all these people. My basic dream is to be able to take my music, to be able to support my family, to be able to inspire people, and just to be able to make a living through it. I want my music to grow into something that almost feels like home to people. When I was younger, there was one time when I was just really just like beside myself as a kid, as a teenager in high school, and I put on my favorite record, which was Everything Goes Numb by Streetlight Manifesto, and all of a sudden things just felt like they weren't so bad. And I've had a lot of experiences like that with music, where music can kind of take an emotion and just change that emotion, or help bring something out of you, or inspire you to help you do something, write a paper or anything. And this is my newest song. It's called Believe My Eyes. It goes like this. Thought that you might like to know that when you're gone I miss you so. End of staring at my phone, hoping you might call. And sometimes I feel silly waiting, staring at the door you came in last time you were here to visit, oh so long ago. But I need to tell myself you're just outside, probably waiting to surprise me. Right before I fall asleep at night, I feel you crawl in bed beside me. How can I believe my eyes? I like to think of where you are as a place so filled with stars that one of them is bound to fall, and we could simply wish that all these things would go back instantly, just like how they're meant to be. And just like waking from a dream, you would be right here with me, 'cause I need to tell myself you're just outside, probably waiting to surprise me.
right before I fall asleep at night, I feel you crawl in bed beside me. How can I believe my eyes, because they lie to me? They tell me you're nearby to me. I see you passing on the street, see you when I wake from dreams, only to realize you're not beside me. How can I believe? How can I believe? How can I believe? My eyes, my eyes, my eyes.
Thank you, man. By the way.